10 years. That's all some American cities have left. Not in a movie, not in some end times book. Right now. Real cities with real people are counting down to zero. You've been sold the idea that American cities are forever. Bridges get fixed, roads get paved, someone always steps in to save the day. But what if nobody's coming? What if the money ran out years ago and everyone just kept pretending? This isn't your feel-good city guide. This isn't about crime or politics. This is about the numbers, the water bills nobody can pay, the house is worth less than a used car, the young people who left and never came back.
Today, we're looking at 5 cities where the math stopped working. One lost half its people in 20 years. Another can't afford to turn the streetlights on. And one, get this, has more empty lots than people. Think your city is safe? Let's test that. Choosing wrong could cost you your house, your job, or 10 years you'll never get back. No pressure. And trust me, you're not ready for what's next. Wait till you see the city where they're talking about just turning off entire parts of town and walking away. Hit subscribe because missing this might save you from buying the cheapest house in America for a very dark reason. Let's break it down.
Number 5, Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana, where the skyline still has old steel mills and your block might not have working streetlights. Here's the thing about Gary. It used to make steel, lots of steel. Then the mills closed, and when the mills closed, 100,000 people left, just gone. The city went from 178,000 people in 1960 to under 70,000 today. That's not slow death, that's fast math. Median home price sits around $30,000. That's not a down payment, that's the whole house. You could buy a 3-room home for the price of a new truck. Sounds great until you learn why. Crime rate runs 3 times higher than the rest of America. Parts of the city look like a movie set someone forgot to clean up. Empty homes, broken glass, streets where grass grows through the road. What nobody tells you is the city can't pay for basic things anymore. They turned off streetlights to save money. Entire blocks sit dark at night. Fire trucks take longer to show up because there aren't enough of them. Half the city budget goes to police and fire. Nothing left for parks or fixing roads.
One Reddit user even said, "Gary is what happens when everyone with money leaves and takes the future with them. You can buy a house cheap, but good luck selling it or feeling safe in it." Summer here feels heavy, not beach hot, more like the air got thick and decided to stay. Winter brings lake wind that cuts through any coat you own. The cold doesn't care about your budget. Picture this, you're walking down a street at night, no streetlights, just you and the sound of your own feet. Houses sit empty on both sides, windows dark, doors broken. You hear a dog bark somewhere far away. The city used to have 200,000 people. Now it feels like you're the only one left. Would you buy a house here? Yes, I like taking big risks. Or no, some deals aren't deals. Drop it in the comments. And if you think Gary sounds bad, the next city makes this look almost normal.
Number 4, Flint, Michigan. Flint, Michigan, where the water turned brown and trust turned to dust.
There's a water crisis in Flint, Michigan.
Contaminated water in Flint, Michigan.
In Michigan City facing a toxic water crisis.
Everyone knows about the water. Lead in the pipes, kids getting sick, the state saying it was safe when it wasn't. But here's what nobody talks about. Flint never fixed what broke even before the water. The city has been falling apart for 40 years. The water just made everyone finally look. Population peaked at 200,000 in 1960. Now it's around 80,000. More than half the people left. Median home price hovers near $25,000. That's less than most used cars cost. Crime rate runs high, very high, one of the worst in America for a city its size. What nobody tells you is Flint lost its tax money when the car plants closed. General Motors used to be everything here. When GM left, the money left. The schools got worse, the roads got holes, the city couldn't afford to keep the lights on or fix broken things. Then someone decided to change the water to save money, and it all went wrong.
The dark truth. Historically, cities don't come back from this. Not really. You can fix pipes, you can promise change, but trust? Once that breaks, it doesn't heal. Young people grow up and leave. Businesses don't come back. The city gets smaller every year. Here's the kicker. Even now, some houses still don't have safe water. They fix some pipes, not all of them. People still buy bottled water or use filters in America in 2025.
Picture this. You wake up in your Flint home. You turn on the kitchen top. The water comes out, but you don't drink it. You reach for the bottled water you bought at the store. Every day, for years. You brush your teeth with bottled water. You make coffee with bottled water. And you wonder when this became normal. Would you move here, even with cheap houses? Yes, I believe in second chances. No, some scars don't heal. I'm collecting bad choices for study. And if Flint's water problems scare you, wait till you see the next city where they're just giving up on entire parts of town.
Number 3, Detroit, Michigan, where they're talking about actually shrinking the city on purpose. You've heard about Detroit. Broke, crime, empty houses. But here's what's really happening. The city is too big for the people left in it. Detroit was built for 2 million people. Now it has 620,000. Imagine a coat made for someone twice your size. That's Detroit trying to provide services for a city that doesn't exist anymore. Median home price runs about $65,000. Sounds cheap until you learn property taxes can run $3,000 to $5,000 a year on houses nobody wants. The city needs money, so they tax what's left. Some blocks have one house still lived in, the rest empty, burned, falling down. Crime rate stays high, but it's not the whole story. Some parts of Detroit feel safe. Others feel like you shouldn't stop at red lights after dark. The problem is you can't always tell which is which until you're already there.
What nobody tells you is Detroit is trying something wild, planned shrinkage. The city is looking at entire areas and asking, should we just stop providing services here? Turn off the streetlights, stop fixing the roads, move the few people left to other parts, let nature take back whole sections of the city. Think about that. An American city so broke it's considering just turning off parts of itself, like closing rooms in a house you can't heat. As one Reddit user from Detroit wrote, living in Detroit means watching your city get smaller in real time. Stores close, schools shut, streets go dark. You're not living in a dying city. You're living in a city that's deciding which parts of itself to kill to save what's left.
Picture this. You're driving through Detroit at night. You pass a block with lights and people. Then the next block goes dark. Streetlights off, houses empty, no cars, no nothing. 3 blocks later, lights come back on. It's like driving through a city that's mostly ghost, with islands of life scattered around. You realize the islands are getting smaller. So, does planned shrinkage make sense? Let me know in the comments. If Detroit shrinking itself sounds dark, the next city lost an entire industry and might lose everything else too.
Number 2, Birmingham, Alabama, where the steel mills closed and took the future with them. Birmingham built itself on 2 things, steel and coal. Made the city rich, made it matter. Then both industries died and nobody had a plan B. The city peaked at 340,000 people in 1960. Now it's around 200,000. And the people who left? They were the ones with money and jobs. Median home price sits near $90,000. Not crazy cheap, but here's the catch. The city is broke, like really broke. Birmingham sits under a mountain of debt. The county around it went fully broke in 2011. Biggest city bankruptcy in America until Detroit beat the record. They're still digging out. Crime rate runs high, very high. One of the worst murder rates for a city its size. Parts of Birmingham feel okay, other parts don't. The problem is the okay parts are getting smaller while the city has less money to do anything about it. What nobody tells you is Birmingham can't grow its way out. Young people leave, businesses don't come, the schools struggle. The tax money shrinks every year.
And here's the really dark part. The state won't help. Alabama doesn't have the money either. So Birmingham just keeps getting smaller and more broke with no rescue coming. The weather pounds you from both sides. Summer feels like someone turned the world into a wet oven. You walk outside and your shirt sticks to your back in 30 seconds. Winter isn't cold, but it's gray and wet and makes you forget what sun looks like. Picture this. You're sitting on your porch in Birmingham on a summer night. It's so hot the air feels thick. You can hear crickets and distant traffic, but not much else. The house next door has been empty for 2 years. The one across the street just went up for sale, but nobody's looked at it. You think about leaving, but you're not sure where you'd go, or if you could sell your house if you tried. So you sit and wait.
and hope something changes, even though you know it probably won't. Would you move to Birmingham? Yes, I like a challenge. No, I like having options. Drop it in the comments. And if Birmingham's slow death worries you, then number 1 city makes all of these look like they're doing okay.
Number 1, Jackson, Mississippi. Where the water doesn't work, the state doesn't care, and people are starting to just leave. Jackson is the state capital. Should mean something, right? Wrong. The state government sits in Jackson but doesn't live there, doesn't shop there, doesn't send their kids to school there. They work in Jackson and leave every single day. The city is the capital in name only. Population around 150,000, down from 185,000 in 1980. Median home price runs about $90,000. Crime rate? Murder rate so high it makes national news every year. But here's the real problem. The water system is broken, like fully broken. The city can't keep clean water running, not because of one bad choice like Flint, because nobody fixed anything for 40 years, and now the whole system is falling apart at once. Pipes break, plants fail, boil water orders come so often people stopped being surprised. What nobody tells you is this: Jackson is too broke to fix it. The water system needs $2 billion in fixes. The city has no money, the state won't help. Why? The state is mostly white, Jackson is mostly black. The state government doesn't want to spend money on a city they see as someone else's problem, so Jackson just keeps breaking.
And here's the really dark part. People are leaving, not slowly, fast. Every month, more people look at the water not working, the crime going up, the schools getting worse, and they just go. Young people, families, anyone with choices. The city is in what experts call a death spiral. Less people means less tax money, means worse services, means more people leave. Even one person on Reddit said, living in Jackson feels like being on a sinking ship and watching the state government sail past in a nice boat. They could help, they just won't. So we sink and they wave. Picture this. You wake up in your Jackson home. You turn on the tap to brush your teeth. Brown water comes out. Again. You check your phone. Another boil water order. You've stopped counting how many that is this year. You boil water to make coffee. You boil water to wash dishes. You think about your kids. You think about leaving. You think about how you can't sell your house because nobody wants to buy in a city where the water doesn't work. You feel stuck and angry and tired of being both. Would you stay and fight or leave while you can? Stay, someone has to. Leave, you can't fix this alone. I'm genuinely curious. Drop it in the comments.
If you live in one of these cities, I'm not saying run, I'm saying know what you're in. Make choices with your eyes open. If you're thinking about moving to one because houses are cheap, now you know why they're cheap. Want to see which cities are actually growing? Which places have a future instead of a countdown? Hit that like button and let me know. I've got the data and it's not what you'd expect.